Full year 23 was another year of solid strategic progress for Inspired, evidenced by double-digit revenue and adjusted EBITDA growth. All 4 divisions traded well, Assurance delivering strong client retention rates, ESG delivering exceptional growth, benefiting in particular from ESOS Phase 3. Optimization continued to deliver cross-sales from existing Assurance and ESG customers, and the software services business continued to launch new products and grow revenues in their own right, reinforcing its position as a market-leading platform for the sector. We are benefiting from the realisation by corporates of all sizes of the growing need to have a robust defence to the energy crisis to make sure they're never in that situation again, to deliver ESG disclosures which are increasingly a revenue critical item for investors and customers alike, and to transform and deliver net zero carbon before 2050. With respect to our strategy for FY23, we've delivered on our thesis of really starting to scale the business as an organic growth platform capable of doubling EBITDA by 2027. The secret to delivering this organic growth is to make sure that we are cross-selling to our Assurance and ESG customers. For those Assurance and ESG customers, we process a lot of data. We become critical in their operations to deliver non-discretionary recurring services which ultimately give us a trusted advisor relationship, generally at a C-suite level. When we're operating with these customers, we are helping them answer the repeatable question, which is how do I spend my next unit of capital to deliver my next margin unit of carbon emission reduction or energy consumption reduction? And this cross-sell process is what really starts to underpin and drive the organic growth story of the group. We're really pleased at the end of FY23 for the first time to bring this to life through a series of non-financial KPIs, which really start to demonstrate our success on this cross-selling journey and our ability to deliver optimization projects that make a difference to the client's carbon footprint and prove the repeatable demand for those projects over time. If we consider between 2020 and 2023, the number of clients that have been supported by multiple divisions has grown from 307 to 615, more than doubling. Within that base, we've started also to increase the value of the services we give to those clients. And I'm pleased to report that from 2020 to 2023, the number of clients where we make an annualized revenue averaging at greater than 50,000 a year has increased from 114 to 227. Again, pretty much doubling over that period. Of those clients who spend more significant amounts with the group, the ones who actually are supported by multiple services have increased from 49 to 159. So where we successfully cross-sold multi-divisional services to those large spending clients, that's more than trebled over the 4-year period. And then the final thing we've been doing with that client base is really increasing the full potential of its client lifetime value. So if we think about the value of a client to us over time, and we have lots of empirical evidence where we've been working with customers for 10, 15, 20 years, the client lifetime value is well in excess of 7 figures. But if we think about the portfolio as a whole at the moment and how we've strategically evolved it, then ultimately the client lifetime potential of our portfolio on average per customer has more than doubled, increasing from £102,000 over a 10-year period to £231,000 over a 10-year period. And what that does for us is really start to prove the momentum we're gaining in layering these additional services into the client base. Now, as we've said, a key driver of strategic performance is being able to actually deliver those repeatable demand optimization projects which actually remove those units of carbon emission from our client base. And I'm really pleased to report that in 2023, we were active on site with optimization services for 370 clients, which is an increase of over 2.5 times from 151 clients back in 2020. And of those 370 clients where we did optimization services, more than half were repeat customers, i.e. they've taken optimization services from us previously in the past. So what we'd like to be able to do now, and what hopefully people can see, is year on year, we'll be able to continue to demonstrate the improvement in that momentum, which is really giving investors an insight into how successful we're being with the execution of that cross-sell thesis, which underpins the double-digit organic growth engine of the business. So having delivered a strong execution of our strategy during 2023 and being able to evidence that to investors more clearly through a repeatable set of KPIs to give you further insight into the business, for the year ahead, we're going to continue driving that organic growth strategy. We're going to continue making sure that we build a solid base of client retention with assurance customers. We're going to continue our growth in ESG, but people should recognize that the ESOS growth that we had ultimately is a process that repeats every 4 years. And whilst it provides a great feedstock for further cross-selling, what you'll see is a headline slowdown in the ESG growth. If we were to strip out ESOS like for like, we would expect to be growing at around about 45% in ESG for 2024. The optimization services continues to be the area where we focus on delivering that net zero carbon agenda. And ultimately, when we think about the opportunity there, sometimes people worry, is the optimization agenda going to be short term? Well, if we look at the government figures for what the capital cost is likely to be for the UK to get to net zero for industrial and commercial buildings in both the private and public sector, and also improvement industrial processes, then between 2024 and 2050, the government expects that to be £138 billion. So ultimately, as a platform, we are well placed to extract value from that opportunity and help our clients really meet their societal needs of delivering net zero, of delivering strong ESG performance, and ultimately making sure that they have a robust defence against the energy crisis so they don't experience the same challenges that they had in 2022 going forward into the future.